Is there a new Riu in Cancun that's already making waves in 2026? The Riu Ventura isn't trying to be just another resort in the hotel zone. From its opening at Playa Delfines, it made clear it's here to mark a new chapter for the brand at this destination. Today, we're going to find out whether the sixth Riu in Cancun actually raises the bar for family all-inclusive resorts, or if it's just another opening with a great location. With over 700 contemporary rooms, family suites, and exclusive swim-up suites with private pools, the resort blends an active atmosphere with an unexpected twist, an adults-only area on the 6th floor with a pool and sky bar overlooking the Caribbean that completely transforms the experience. But the question is simple. Does it actually improve on the other Riu resorts in Cancun, or does it just stand out for being the newest? Here, you'll understand what staying here really feels like, what type of traveler enjoys it most, and which details might change your decision before booking. Stay with us, because this resort is not as predictable as it looks. Cancun International Airport is about a 20-minute drive from the resort, depending on traffic in the hotel zone. Unlike the northern stretch, more commercial and loud, Playa Delfines has a different vibe. Open water, fewer resorts nearby, and a beach that feels much wider. Close by, you'll find excursions to Isla Mujeres, Xel-Há, Xcaret, and snorkeling in Caribbean reefs. But there's something many travelers don't expect when they arrive: two charges that aren't always listed in the booking. The Quintana Roo state environmental tax, between $4 and $5 per room per night, is billed separately, and at check-in, a security deposit is placed on your card, which is released when you check out if there are no additional charges. Knowing this upfront saves you from surprises at the very start of your trip. When you walk into the Riu Ventura's lobby, the first thing you notice is that everything feels brand new. Fresh materials, a contemporary color palette, open spaces that let Caribbean light flow in. This isn't a European luxury lobby or a jungle resort. It's a modern beachfront hotel designed so you can move seamlessly between areas without it ever feeling cramped. With 705 rooms spread across several buildings, the common areas rarely feel overcrowded, at least outside peak season. There's one detail many guests discover right after check-in. The Riu Ventura does not offer free movement between the other Riu resorts in Cancun. Each property operates independently. The exception is the Riu parties, held at the nearby Riu Caribe, which Ventura guests can attend. If you were expecting to move freely between properties, it's worth knowing before you arrive. There's one floor in this resort that completely changes the conversation. The 6th floor features an exclusive adults-only area with its own pool and a sky bar with open views of the Caribbean. At sunset, it becomes the best spot in the entire resort. This is no small detail. It's the area that shows up most in recent reviews and the one that sets the Ventura apart from the rest of the family-oriented offerings in the stretch of the hotel zone. That duality, full family resort below, adult retreat above, is one of the resort's greatest design achievements, and it's something many guests end up valuing far more than they expected when they booked. The rooms feel modern and well-equipped from the moment you walk in. All of them include a balcony or terrace, air conditioning, Wi-Fi, a minibar with daily restocking, and a drink dispenser. The standard category is spacious and functional, perfect for couples or friends who are here to enjoy the beach without any hassle. But there's one practical tip that few people mention. If you want an ocean view, request it specifically when booking and confirm it again at check-in, because not all rooms on the same floor face the same direction. Waking up to a view of the Caribbean sets the tone for the entire day. For families, the friend and family rooms offer more space and a better bed layout. And for those looking for an experience that truly feels different, the swim-up suites open directly onto the pool from the terrace, more private, more in demand, and priced higher. If your budget allows, the difference in comfort is very noticeable, especially for couples or anyone celebrating something special. If this type of resort appeals to you, subscribe to the channel. Every week, we share reviews of incredible hotels and exclusive deals that are worth knowing about before you book. Dining at the Riu Ventura runs on a 24-hour, all-inclusive plan, which in practice means you can eat, drink, and order snacks at any time without worrying about extra charges for the basics. The main buffet offers a wide variety and live cooking stations, ideal if you prefer to choose without waiting. In the evenings, the themed restaurants elevate the experience. Mexican, Asian, Italian, and a steakhouse with a la carte service. That's where the atmosphere shifts. There's something many travelers say the resort truly stands out for. The quality of the steakhouse is genuinely surprising for an all-inclusive. But there's one detail worth knowing. During peak season, the most popular restaurants fill up before the list even opens. Arriving 15 or 20 minutes early makes all the difference. As for bars, there are options by the pool, in the lobby, and the Sky Bar on the 6th floor, which at sunset becomes the most photogenic moment the resort has to offer. Domestic and international drinks are included, and room service adds more options if you're looking for something more relaxed. There are 6 pools in total. One of them features water slides designed for families with kids. Another is the adults-only pool on the 6th floor with those open Caribbean views we already mentioned. The layout across different areas means the resort never feels like it's all concentrated in one spot, something that makes a real difference during peak season. And this is where visitors discover one of the resort's strongest assets, the beach. White sand, open water with more wave action than in other parts of the hotel zone. It's not the calmest beach in Cancun, but it's one of the widest and least crowded. This is where you truly feel like you're in Cancun. Throughout the day, there's constant entertainment, fitness classes with Riu Fit, and kids' activities at Riu Land. There's something many guests learn on the first day. If you want a good spot at the 6th floor pool or on the beach, head down early. During peak season, that one small move can make your entire day a lot more comfortable. The Ria Nova Spa operates at an additional cost, as do motorized water sports and some specialty services. These are not included in the all-inclusive, but access is easy from within the resort. When night falls, the resort shifts gears. The evening shows, live music, and Sky Bar turn the Ventura into a livelier space than most guests expect from a family resort. It doesn't quite reach the level of a pure entertainment-focused resort, but for anyone who wants more than just dinner and bed, there are real options. If you're enjoying the video, let me know with a like and share it with someone who needs a vacation this good. Is the Riu Ventura Cancún worth it? The resort holds a 4.2 out of 5 rating on both TripAdvisor and Google in its first month since opening in December 2025. Those are solid numbers for a new property that's still fine-tuning its operations. This is not a resort for someone looking for total tranquility and an ultra-exclusive atmosphere. It's built for families, couples, and groups who want to combine beach time, activities, great dining, and an adult touch, all without leaving the property. That makes it ideal for travelers who want real variety within a single resort, without relying on outside excursions to fill the day. There's something many travelers say the resort truly stands out for: the location at Playa Delfines and the Caribbean views from the 6th floor. Something many guests keep repeating is that the adults-only pool was the highlight of their entire stay. But there are also a few details some guests only discover once they're already there. Recent reviews mention that false emergency alarms interrupted sleep on more than one occasion, something the resort needs to address urgently. Some guests note that the elevators get congested during peak hours, especially when multiple groups head to the beach at the same time. A good tip is to take the stairs if your room is on one of the lower floors. And recent reviews also mention that certain pools were closed without prior notice on some days. It's worth confirming availability at the front desk. Overall, it's a solid option for anyone looking for a brand new resort in Cancun with a great beach, varied dining, and that adults-only area that genuinely changes the experience. It works best for families with older kids or adults, and for couples who want an all-inclusive with atmosphere without committing to a strictly adults-only property. More than a traditional hotel zone resort, the Riu Ventura is going after 2 audiences at the same time, and in its first year, it's pulling it off with more hits than misses. If this resort made your list, or if you're still comparing options, don't close the video before clicking the link in the description or scanning the QR code on your screen right now. There you'll find the full review of the Riu Ventura with details that don't fit in a video, travel tips that make a real difference before you book, and the best excursions in the area with flexible cancellation, all in one place without searching through 10 different tabs. Travelers who arrive fully prepared always get more out of the trip, and they almost always started right there. One good tip: check your dates carefully before confirming. Shifting your arrival by a day or two can sometimes make a noticeable difference in the final price. Scan the QR, click from the description, compare with time on your side, and arrive at the Riu Ventura with everything sorted before you even leave home. Now tell me, would you stay at this resort, or is there one you'd recommend instead? Your comment helps our community. But wait, now get ready to be amazed by the 12 best all-inclusive resorts of the last few years in Cancun. Click on the video.